episode, and I forgot to talk about Travis Scott in the previous video, but we're here. This is your first time watching our show. Thank you. Make sure you all watch and enjoy. Now, it's a lot with this situation because Travis Scott had a concert here in Houston, Astroworld, and it was a festival, and he had about 50,000 of his fans, young fans particularly, there, all races of people that was there, but predominantly it was white people at this event. So it's been a lot of stuff that's been going on in this uh concert. A lot of things has been said. A lot of people has been dragged in this. Lives has been lost. I think 8 lives has been lost in this situation, and a lot of people have a lot of stuff. Lawsuits are being thrown out. People are getting sued. And I want to say, because something really stood out to me, and I want to bring this on the screen real quick. And this is where this is Houston PD came out and they tried to warn Travis Scott to not have this festival, right, of safety concerns. They say Houston Police Department met with Travis Scott prior to Astroworld, expressing safety concerns. In my 31 years of law enforcement experience, I have never seen a time with more challenging facing citizens of all ages. Then it goes to this. Just in, Houston Police Department released a statement confirming that the chief of police met with Travis Scott and warned him of public safety concerns regarding Astroworld Fest ahead of the event. I met with Travis Scott and his head of security for a few moments last Friday prior to the main event. I expressed my concerns regarding public safety and that in my 31 years of law enforcement experience, I have never seen a time with more challenging facing citizens of all ages, include a global pandemic, social tensions throughout the nation. I asked Travis Scott and his team to work with HPD, Houston Police Department, for all events over the weekend and be mindful of his team's social media messaging on any unscheduled events. The meeting was brief and respectful, and a chance for me to share my public safety concerns as chief of police. And I have previously stated our criminal investigation continues. We are asking everyone to be considerate for the grieving families during this incredible, difficult time. Please continue to lift them up in prayer. Now, it's a little point that I want to reach out to this, that the chief of police allegedly reached out to Travis Scott. Now, a chief of police, you have the power of the police department. You have the power in the ear of the mayor. Why in the world will you all allow this event to go on if you have had a meeting with Travis Scott? If you had a safety meeting with Travis Scott and you said it's not safe to have this event, why in the world did you all did not cancel it? I'm just being real here. Like, and I want to ask you, they said, but Wiley, why do you think the chief of police will try to throw Travis Scott under the bus? Because Houston police is to be held liable for damages and to get sued in a civil court. So they're trying to make it seem like we warned Travis Scott not to have this event, and he still did it anyway. I don't really buy that, because if you had any safety concerns as the chief of police, why didn't you call the mayor of the city of Houston and say, hey, this event is major security issues. It's going to be people going to die. It's just too many people. They're going to suffocate all it. And y'all did not cancel it. This is where I want to say y'all ignored all this warning because y'all wanted the money in the city of Houston. Y'all wanted people to come to this festival so people will go to these hotels in Houston, so people will go downtown and buy clothes, and they will get hotel rooms, cabs, Ubers, Lyft. Everybody is a win-win in this festival. So y'all ignored all of this because of capital greed. And people have lost their life. And that's when people sue. It's not just about Travis Scott. This is the failure of the Houston Police Department. That's why they're trying to throw Travis Scott under the bus. This is the failure of the mayor. That's why they're trying to throw us under the bus. This is the failure of the state of Texas for allowing this to go on. And they have to, exactly, somebody said this, and they had to issue a permit for the show to go on. Because when you have an event, you get a permit from the city, and you get a permit. When you cannot have an event of that size in a park without a permit. So y'all agree to get this permit, and y'all knew that over 50,000 people were coming, and you didn't want to stop this. So it's like, if I was a parent of a grieving parent, I'm not only suing Travis Scott, I'm not only suing Live Nation, I'm suing the city, and I'm also suing the state. But you'll probably go about better suing the city. And I'll be suing Houston police, because you all are there for the safety, to serve and to protect the people. This event should have never happened. It was too many people, young people in particularly, because it was people that are 14, 15 years old. When you have an event like that, you need extra security when you're having children there at an event, period, with adults, with drugs are going to be there, alcohol going to be there, and weed and all type of stuff. And then you had someone at the event poking people with drugs and a needle, and it poked one of the officers. So it's a lot. One of the black guys got up there and said, "Hey, man, I tried to get the people to go to the VIP section, and they were getting mad, and we couldn't even hardly breathe." He said it was just like hell. So I'm going to show y'all a clip that I posted on here on my YouTube channel, not on my YouTube, on my Instagram. I'm going to post a clip of this. Give me a second. I'm going to screen share. 1 second. Here we go.
Just play it slowly. We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here. Somebody passed out right here. Hold on, don't touch him, don't touch him. Everybody just back up. Security, somebody help jump in real quick. Keep going, just keep it this way. Somebody jump in, come on, security, get in there. Let's get in there, let's get in there, let's get in there. Oh. Let's play it slowly. We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here. Somebody passed out right here. Hold on, don't touch him, don't touch him. Everybody just back up. Security, somebody help jump in real quick. Keep going, just keep it this way. Somebody jump in, come on, security, get in there. Let's get in there, let's get in there, let's get in there.
So you clearly see that Travis Scott is literally seeing someone passed out and have it. And it was a narrative that said he didn't want to consider. It was just too many people. The security was definitely outnumbered, and it was just too many folks. Really. And he directly saw that. And people was like, well, he didn't know people were there. He actually saw that, and he brought it to the attention. But again, this is not just on Travis Scott. This is on Live Nation. This is on the city of Houston for allowing this event. And the mayor should resign for allowing this event under his administration. This is under his watch, and allowing that. He definitely should have. I'm telling y'all, this was a mess. And the only time the people I would come to an event, I'll go to a gospel fest. You ain't got to worry about it to being overcrowded. It was an event and they stopped having it. I remember back in Chicago, I don't know how many people that's watching me in Chicago, but if you're in Chicago, you know about this. The Bud Billiken Parade, they used to have the Bud Billiken Parade, right? They have it every year. And then they would have a free concert at Washington Park after the Bud Billiken Parade. And my mom and us, we would go. They stopped it right around the time B2K came because people would leave their kids. Kids were getting lost. People were getting trampled over at the event, and so they stopped having this free concert because it was just a mess. And it was never to the point where it was so overcrowded like sardines. I've never been at a place where it was that crowded. And I've been to the Taste Chicago, and it never been that crowded where it's over 50,000 people just crammed in a small space. Never been in that type of way. And if you go to a park, especially a park the size that they had in Houston, that park is not designed to have 50,000 people in a crumped up space. you can't hardly get oxygen. It's just like sardines. Then you having like sound effects on the stage. Then you have the speakers. You have all of this heat. And then when you're in Houston, it's hot, especially when you have 50,000 people going in and every way. And I'm not shocked because Travis Scott concerts, like someone said in the chat, I agree, have always been lit and crazy. When I say lit, I'm talking about a mess, not lit as fun. It just have been a mess, and it finally caught up with him. And now I was reading on B. Scott. Give me a second. So B. Scott wrote an article, and let me read it. And then let me read this. B. Scott wrote an article, thousands signed. Hold on. A petition to cancel Travis Scott Coachella performance. Over 5,500 people have signed a petition to prevent Travis Scott from performing at the next year Coachella following Friday Astroworld disaster that left 8 people dead. Scott 30 is under fire after 8 people were killed at Astroworld event in Houston. Amid a stampede, fans screamed for help shortly after Scott stepped on stage, but the rapper continued performing for more than 30 minutes, completing his set. Scott has insisted he had no idea what was occurring in the crowd, but music lover Sandiro has started a change.org petition to block the star from appearing at Coachella in April. In the petition online, they said the tragic unnecessary deaths at Astroworld occurred due to Scott's own gross negligence and sheer lack of compassion for human life. The petition addressed to Coachella's official organizer AG, Paul, and Golden Voice, who have not publicly responded. One person have added their name, left a comment stating, "I'm signing because the crowd is a show of painful death. I just keep thinking about the 14-year-old youngest victim, and it breaks my heart. All the victims deserve to be honored. God bless them all." The 8 victims of the tragedy has been identified as Danish, Bang, Madison, Rudy, Jake, Franco, Alex, Brianna, and John. Wow, and the youngest was 14. One victim was 23, 27, 20, 21, 21, 16, and 14. Wow. Scott has been accused of inciting chaos at his concert in the past. The star was charged over a music festival in Arkansas in 2017 and Chicago in 2015 for whipping up and encouraging monsters that left a security guard and concert goers injured. In 2017, one of Scott's Manhattan concerts became so chaotic, one of his fans fell off a balcony and was left paralyzed, the lawsuit alleged. Meanwhile, the rapper has likened his live performance to professional wrestling, telling GQ in 2015 that he does not like it when this crowd just stand around. Wow, this is a quote. "I always want to make it feel like it's the WWF or some ish," Scott stated. Raging and having fun and expressing good feeling is something I plan on doing and spreading across the globe. And oh wow, that is something. That is really, really something. Hold on 1 second. Lord have mercy. Yeah, so definitely. Hello, can y'all? I'm sorry. We back. I'm so sorry about that. I had to take a phone call. So he have always had that in his events. Give me a second. How they clicked on something. Definitely. And one of his people was definitely paralyzed. So this would just show you that people at these events is going through this stuff. So I'm just saying, like when you go through this stuff, This is the type of reaction that we have. Hold on 1 second, you guys. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines. If y'all want to call in, y'all can call in and give y'all opinion on this stuff. Okay, definitely will call in and give you a opinion on this. What's today? Anybody want to call in? Definitely, I'll open up the phone. It's really sad because he have always had it rage and oh, and the crowd and stuff. It's like that's a spirit when you have that that demonic type of mindset. That is the type of culture that is going to be. Give me a second while I get these phone lines open up. When you and he's the leader of this. He's the leader of this. Give me a second. I'm definitely open up them phone lines. All right. And that's what made him famous. And the victims passed away, they got stumped on, and one of the victims were paralyzed. So this was bound to happen when you have that environment, whether you want to say it's a sacrifice, when you have an idiot that's the head of it and want it to be like a WWE. There's no way in the world. WWE type of stuff is scripted, that's choreographed. They don't just get you to be a WWE wrestler and you just show up and you just wrestle. No, you choreograph this stuff. You are trained to do this stuff. You don't just show up one day and want to be a wrestler and get into the wrestling ring. You can really kill yourself and get really hurt when you in an environment like this. So him having this type of event is just crazy. And then it's with young people. And see, this is another thing. And also blame the parents as well, because you all let your children go to a place like this. And some of the parents probably didn't even know their kids was even going to a concert like that. They probably just found out that their 14-year-old was going to a festival like that. They probably didn't even get permission. And then these parents these days, especially what these parents these days, they I'm just like, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. That's just sad. Come on now. That is just sad. That is so sad.
Your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Your show is scheduled to start in 30 seconds. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Blog
Okay.
Talk Radio.
All right. Let me check our DMs. I didn't forget about Drake. I was just wanting to get these phone lines open up. So let me close this out. And because Drake left a statement, I just want to pull that statement up. So give me a second while I pull up Drake's statement as well. Give me a second. I want to pull up Drake's statement as well, because Drake released a message. Okay. What, a 9-year-old? A 9-year-old boy is fighting for his life after being crushed at the Astroworld Festival. All of his organs are damaged, and he has severe swelling in his brain. What? This is bad, man. This is so bad. This is bad. This is wee. I see that. That's a 9-year-old. I'm looking at the article right now. A 9-year-old boy. And a 9-year-old was at his concert festival? Oh, man. A 9-year-old? This is sad. Wow. And he's black too. The number is 646-716. Okay, let me post the number. This is something. This is so sad. That is sad. Wow. So the number is 646-716-8447. That is so. That is sad. And that unfortunately this is blame. All right, let's go to the phone lines. 8655 caller, you on air.
Hi, Wiley. It's so great to see you. Hey, I just want to explain something. I worked in this industry, entertainment, behind the scene production, and it goes like this. Travis Scott had to take out an insurance bond based on the estimated amount of people that would show up. So he places this bond. So that pretty much covers him. They could never sue him. They will be suing. I can see them maybe suing the fire department, because the fire department should have known that was too many people in that space. Then also they would have to sue Live Nation. And what I'm finding, Wiley, is that when I'm looking at people tell this story about Travis Scott and what happened down there in Houston, they're focused on this brother, but they're not focused on Live Nation, who got bodies out here. This is not Live Nation's first time with this kind of tragedy. If you do your research and look at all these other concerts that we had similar tragedies at, it was Live Nation. Live Nation is responsible for this. I think we need to take our focus off of this brother and put it where it belongs, Live Nation. So I just wanted to share that and just give you a heads up so you can get it.
I hear, and you're right. It's going to have to be Live Nation. Why do you think? Because Houston, and I don't believe this, that Houston PD said, "Oh, we had a conversation with Travis Scott." And if it's, why are you not having a conversation with Live Nation? That's what I'm not understanding. Why is it just blamed on just Travis?
Because it's easy for people to point a finger at the brother.
Okay.
You think that brother really wanted that to happen?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Live Nation. He hired Live Nation to handle the production. All of that is handled by the production team. He's not liable. It's Live Nation. And Live Nation has been doing a terrible job for the last 20 years. Just in Florida, when they had that tragedy where the stage collapsed maybe a few years back, that was Live Nation. So I think this is, I mean, I can see the little game that's being played. Yeah, they want to put it on Travis Scott, of course, but it's Live Nation who's liable. They can file all these lawsuits they want. They'll never touch Travis Scott. He has a bond on that concert, and Live Nation is responsible. So I just wish people get up off this brother and put the responsibility on the people who was hired to put on that production. And that's all I have to say. Thank you. It's good seeing you again.
Good seeing you, Hope.
Thank you.
Hope all is well. Okay. All right.
Thank you, baby.
No problem. Thank you. That's definitely a good point for this. Definitely it's already a lawsuit. Let me see. I think we got a caller. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, I just want to say, from brother or no brother, I'm not seeing a color here. Travis Scott, you're there. Picture yourself on the stage, okay? You're facing the audience. Your back is not towards the audience. You're facing the audience. you can see that drama is happening. You can see the ambulance trying to get through to the people. So you have a mic, you have an earpiece. I'm sure security, or I'm sure your managers, whoever has the earpiece as well, is communicating. He has the authority to stop performing. So your audience.
So because and he does like
I'm
that.
Speaking from,
yeah, because he was on the stage standing up, and he saw one of the clips that he said, "Oh, is somebody passed out?" I think he should have stopped it then, and I think his security should have notified him, say, "Hey, man, it's too many deaths. So we need to stop the concert." But what's your thought? I do agree with you. Travis is the blame. He shouldn't get a pass on this. But what's your other point?
and I'm not seeing any color. And I'm speaking from experience. I went to Governor's Ball. I'm also in the industry as well, in that environment and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have wild crowds, and you also have hype men that hype up the crowd before the actual artists come on stage. When I tell you the Caucasians, because that was the majority at that concert that I was, they don't play. They're wild. They push you out the way. It was crazy.
I want to, and they are
definitely have more people.
You know what? And he had another incident, and I read that where a person jumped off the balcony and was paralyzed, and it was a lawsuit. So this ain't the first time this is the first time where it was a lot of tragedy. This is not the first time tragedy have happened at a Travis Scott concert. So he is the blame. Now, people is talking about Drake, and maybe you can just clarify this, because Drake did make a statement. I want to read what he said. I want to get your thoughts on it. He said, "I spent the past few days trying to wrap my mind around this devastating tragedy. I hate resorting to this platform to express an emotion as delicate as grief, but this is where I find myself. My heart is broken for the families and friends of those who lost their lives, and for anyone who is suffering. I will continue to pray for all of them and will be of service in any way I can. May God bless. May God be with you all." Now, everybody say blame Drake, but Drake wasn't on the stage when this was going on. Did Drake get a chance to perform? Can someone clarify that with me? I'm not understanding that part.
To my understanding, I believe he was performing with him at one point, to my understanding, but I wasn't there and I did not see it, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But what I've heard, he was also on the stage.
They saying yes. So should Drake get sued as well? Because they said yes, he was on the
stage. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Because he also had a mic in his hand, and he also had an earpiece in his ears, and he could have stopped. And he could be like, yo, Travis, what's going on? He's also facing the crowd. His back is not turned towards the crowd. So they all are reliable, in my humble opinion. I'm not saying just focus on them two. You also have the fire department that come out and inspect.
Yeah.
Process when you're having an event.
Because you said you speaking on it because you work in the industry, and if you was in a situation like that, what do you think should happen? If you
honestly speaking, it needs to be better protocols for the upcoming shows, and I'm sure that there will be a better strategy of having people come in. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard that people were hopping the fences and trying. At that time, it should have been canceled.
I agree. I really agree.
But everyone is money hungry.
The fire marshals too, because usually they don't let that many people come through like that.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot of white people.
And we also have to keep in mind, on the stage they have a lot of props. On the stage they also have, I don't know what you call it, but the fire come out as well. So that's also making you hot as well.
Yes, and with 50,000 people, they said it felt like hell. That's what that black man said. I will never forget it. Okay. I'm like, whoa. And I'm looking at Drake perform. He was definitely on that stage. I'm looking at it on YouTube. I can't play it due to, copyright and all that. But, he was definitely on that stage. I personally believe the security firm need to be sued because your job is to see what's going on in the crowd. Houston police need to be sued. The city of Houston, the families are going to get paid. And that will never bring back,
Absolutely.
that will never bring back the victims, that lost their life. But it should be some lawsuits coming in. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. You're not a lawyer. But do you think any criminal charges should be brought up?
Absolutely. 10,000%.
All right.
Definitely be lawsuits. And also, I just want to say this before I go.
Oh, can I pause right there? They said chief of police
yes.
said Travis should have done more. The chief of police could have stopped it with the fire marshals. That's what I'm understanding.
I think everyone should have done more.
Yes.
Everyone. We can't just blame one. Everyone should have done more.
That's what I'm saying.
Start from the higher up.
Facts. But go ahead. You was about to say something about
no way in hell to have a 10-year-old concert.
Ooh, you right about that.
Alcohol is provided. Where drugs is there. Like where the family should be ashamed of themselves. I know they're moaning, but still.
You preaching.
Acceptable.
You are so preaching. You are preaching.
But I hope other callers call in and give their honest opinion.
I want to add on to what you said, and I agree 100%. You said that no 9-year-old should be there. I'm shocked that a 9-year-old was at a concert. Wow, with adults?
9 to 10, because I seen a comment that they said the age is 10. Let's just be on the safe side. 9 to 10.
9 or 10. That don't even make it better. That's still a child. You see what I'm saying? It's no way in the world I will agree to let a 9 or 10-year-old be at a concert with adults. That's and that crowd. What about those parents that would do something like that? Why would you allow your child at something like that?
Those parents should be held accountable as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And why would they agree to have a festival? So I'm assuming there was no age limit. You could be at any age.
I mean, this is how it works. Is some venues 18 and older, and then some venues 21 and older because they provide alcohol, and they don't want to be with the hassle where they have to keep checking wristbands, different colors for 21 and older. So I never knew a 9 or 10-year-old to ever be at a concert to that measure. I'm not 100% sure on that.
You said, "Whoa! Like what in the world?" I'm just sitting here. I'm just baffled when I got into the news and I heard that a child is literally fighting for their life right now. It's like it's just shocking to me that someone that young will be at a concert.
Absolutely. Kim Kardashian also posted something as well, but I think they're just coming out too late. What is it, a couple days after? These statements should have been out.
Oh yeah,
or at least the next day.
I think that they feeling this fire and they don't know, you know what I'm saying? Now these lawsuits gonna have, they should have had that night. They should have said, yeah, you're right about that.
I'll let other callers call in. We want to hear you guys. I definitely want to hear you guys. So please call in and give your opinion. Thanks.
Oh wow, thank you, Icon from New York. He spoke back and he works in the business, so he know exactly what he's talking about when it comes to this. He works in the business. Wow. Whew. I'm just sitting here. Let me see if we got any callers, man. All right. Icon, you there? Oh, okay. He already hung up. All right. So the number is 646-716-844. I'm gonna go to some of y'all comments. Can I ask a question? There was a concert in Central Park. My Barry Manilow was performing and it started raining and they stopped the concert because it was lightning and they said it was for a safety concern. A lot of people was there. They said Kim and Ken made statements, but Travis encouraged that type of crazy behavior. Um, all this. I'm just looking at all this stuff that's going at it. They said they should have had better balconies to keep the outsiders out. They says, oh wow, it should have been better. Like they were saying, people were sneaking in. The whole event was just a disaster waiting to happen, and it happened. I'm gonna say it again. And it was a disaster waiting to happen, and it happened. And it happened. And it's so sad that the parents of those children are grieving the loss of their loved one. And it's just so sad. This needs to be a change. It needs to be a limit of the amount of people you can bring into a park. And that's the fire marshal's job, to look at a concert or a size to to look at a size of it when it comes to that. I remember I was at a house party and they stopped it. It was like, it's too many people. I was at a house party and they said, okay, it's just too many people. So they shut it down. I was at a club and they said it's only a certain amount of people we can bring in because if we do this concert and it's only a certain amount because the fire marshal is going to shut it down. So this was seen at a park. When you seen all them people, the fire marshal should have been there and say, hey, we're shutting this down. There's just too many people. All right. So give me a second. I'm just getting stuff in my DM concerning this. Wow. All right. I don't even know who owns Live Nation. They definitely need to go down as well. They're going to settle. They're going to pay them families off. And then, of course, a lot of them is going to definitely pay for it. So I'm definitely looking at videos of people that are definitely have been going through. They've been sneaking in. I can't really play it of that part. This is just really, really sad, man. This is really, really sad. I'm just really looking at this. This entire situation is just tiresome, and it's sad that this is going on, and that this went on. There need to be some changes. Of course, Travis Scott needs to take a break from performing. Now Travis may not pay a dime, but it's definitely is going to be Live Nation, because Travis' pockets ain't that fat. The people that I will go out there is Live. I will definitely go out to Travis and Live Nation, the fire department, all of that. I would definitely go out to all of that. Almost definitely. And that's them the people I'll be going out there. They said for every place have an occupancy number allowed. Facts. Every place you go to, it tell you the amount of people that could fit in the room. Every place that I've been to, it tell you in a restaurant the amount of people that can go in. Okay. They said Live Nation. They said this is so sad. I never seen 7 people lose a lot about Carl might happen, but I've never heard of this before. This is really sad. They're not shutting Live Nation down. Be serious. I didn't say shut down Live Nation. Of course, they will pay a lot of money. I don't know the owner of Live Nation. I don't know. Let me Google it. They said the order of Live Nation. I'm just getting articles. Travis Scott will cover Astroworld victims' funeral expenses, offer therapy to festival attendees. Travis Scott will cover funeral expenses for the victims of the 2021 Astroworld Festival tragedy. Fox News can confirm. The rapper, whose real name is Jaquez, Wesper announced in a press release Monday that he is working with law enforcement investigators to respectfully and appropriately contact families of the victims so they can do everything in his power to assist those affected throughout the grieving and recovery process. In addition to covering their funeral expenses, Scott noted that he has partnered with the therapy service BetterHelp, which provides free one-on-one online therapy with a licensed therapist to those who want it. He also working closely with the NAMA, MHA National, and MHA of Greater Houston Mental Health America to direct all those in need to proper mental health services. BetterHelp will direct those in immediate need of the appropriate local service, including a hotline, various counseling sessions, psychoeducation, community-based healing circles, support groups, and other related services. Travis Scott will cover the cost of funeral expenses, therapy of victims. Okay, Scott was performing at the music festival he founded when the crowd reportedly surged, resulting in 8 deaths. Several injuries. He have since faced criticism of the decision to keep the show going, while first responders did their best to help the injured audience members. He was named in 3 separate lawsuits by victims of the Astroworld 2021 attendees. According to a press release, Scott's sole focus right now is figuring out ways in which he can help with release. He previously took to his Instagram story the night after the event to note that he would be dedicating this time to assisting the victims. Travis Scott, Drake, sue over Astro concert incident. I just want to send out my prayers to the ones who lost last night. Scott said in the first part of the video, we actually working right now to identify the victims so we can assist them through this tough time. Scott continued by noting that he wasn't aware of the severity of the situation when he decided to continue with the concert. He also explained that he typically tries to ensure his fans are safe during his shows. My fans like really mean the world to me. I always just wanted to leave them with a positive experience anytime I can make out anything that's going on. I stopped the show and helped them get the help they need. You know, I could just never imagine the severity of this situation. It's really sad. And the reason why I don't think a lot of them saying they're sorry, because when you say you're sorry, that means you're taking that something happened, that you was the reason why it was cause of that. So that's why they didn't say they were sorry. Okay. All right. At all. Okay. I'm just saying, there's no way in the world that I would go to something like that. I don't go into nothing like that. That's why I'm not even going to try to go to something like that. I'm just, woof. Man, that's rough. Travis has not responded to the victims and ain't going to win. Oh, yeah, the victims, they're going to win some money. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I don't know. Yeah, it's being admission to guilt. That's why they're not going to say, I'm so sorry that this happened. Now, they're not going to put that in the words of saying at all. Okay. This is something, man. This is really sad. I want to win to an event like this, and I'm just keeping it 100% real. It wouldn't have been nowhere in the world I'm gonna go to an event like this and stuff like this. Nowhere in the world I would have went to the event like this. I would have done it, not me. The last time I went to a concert, I went to a Tony Braxton concert. Unbreak my heart. Never me again. That's it. That's it. That's all I was going to see. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the only concert I went to. Wait a minute. I went to a Fantasia. It wasn't overcrowded. Everybody had a seat. I went to a Brandy. I went to the African Fest in Baltimore a couple of years ago, and it wasn't overcrowded. We can move around the park. It wasn't 50,000 people in the park. It was crowded, but we was able to breathe. It wasn't like, and we wasn't raging. We was just listening to music, and it was still spaced out. I was still able to breathe, and that was in Baltimore back a couple of years ago when Brandy performed, and I was there and I saw her performance. So yeah, I'm just keeping that 100% real on that. But a Travis Scott, I even try to listen to his music. To me, I'm just not a fan. Anonymous, you live on air.
Yes, hello, Wiley. I don't think that Travis Scott should be responsible for what happened, because when you are performing on stage, you be in the zone. So he probably zoned out don't know what's really going on. Like, you see things, but you don't see it. You ever saw something, but you didn't really see it?
Well, he did see it. That's not true. I played a video where he says a fan that's passed out, get some help. He said security that way.
When you have thousands of people screaming, and when you want to get the crowd hype, you don't know exactly what's going on. How can we expect him to get out of his element? When you're a performer, you're performing, and if somebody maybe had threw something at him, then maybe that would have got his attention. If I was them, I probably would have took my shoe off and threw it on the stage, because that's how you get their attention. He cannot hear them over that loud music. He did not know what was going on. I do not blame him. I commend him for paying for the funerals of these victims. But at the end of the day, I feel like Live Nation should be responsible, because they orchestrated the event. So let's blame the event planner. When you don't have enough security at your event, then you are responsible. And most likely, I'm pretty sure these venues have insurance. So, I mean, I don't think, it will come out of Travis Scott's pocket. But Kylie Jenner, she posted a statement, and I commend her for coming out, because she did not have to say anything. She did not have to say anything. And we need to stop blaming these artists for people in the crowd. They're not responsible. They're not responsible for what happens. They don't know. If you guys in the comments are not artists and you're not performers, so you don't understand, I am a performer. So I understand how it is to be zoned out. You be zoned out. I be zoned when I'm performing. I be zoned out too. And I'm not responsible for what's going on in the audience unless somebody tries to get my attention, or maybe yell or throw something at me. You throw something at me, or try to say, ma'am, or run up on the stage. That caller should have ran up to Travis Scott instead of the video guy. The video guy wants you to get out his shot because he don't want you to be in his shot. That woman who ran up on the stage should have went to Travis Scott. Why did she went to the video guy? The video guy is doing his job. He's not going to get fired because you have this disgruntled fan running up on the stage. We performers, we're in the zone. I don't blame the performer. I am a performer too, and I know how it is to be in the zone when doing a show. So I am not to blame for what happens if I did not know. Travis Scott did not know. So give him a break, you guys. He is paying for the funeral, and what else can we expect from him? He's paying for it, and I'm pretty sure he's sad. He's very sad about what happened, because that could have been his kids, So let's not, write him off as demonic or bad energy.
I disagree. I disagree. People died. So what do you say about those families of those people
all
that
the time?
Excuse me. I've asked you a question. What do you say about those parents that lost their loved ones at that concert? What is your message?
I say, because I'm sorry for your loss. You send your child, you bought your child a ticket maybe as a birthday present. We don't know what's going to happen. Every time we walk out our door, it's dangerous out there. Things happen, okay? We cannot just go around blaming people for tragic things. You can get in your car and something happens. Drunk drivers, stray bullets. We have that all the time down here. We do not blame innocent people. Travis Scott did not know what was going on. He was doing a show. So he refunded people their money back, and he canceled his other shows. That's what he was supposed to do. Let's not put his head on a stick because of what happened. What happened when we're down at the festival in Miami, and innocent people get shot in a drive-by? Do we sue the artist? Nobody sue the artists when they have a drive-by shooting at the festival down there in Florida. So why are we making a big deal about this?
Because it's a difference. It's a difference when you having a concert and you at a festival. You are responsible for those attendees at your concert. Yes, you are. Excuse me.
You are not responsible. You're responsible for yourself. You're
That's
responsible
not
for
true.
yourself. And
That's not
those
true. I'm
in the
talking about
audience are
legally.
responsible for
You
the
are
fire.
responsible if you have a concert and multiple people died at this concert. You as a performer can be held
He
liable
did not know.
financially.
He did not know.
Knew. Excuse me, Carl. Excuse me.
He was
Excuse
in
me.
the zone.
He knew about it because he said a caller, a person just fall out. They need security. Send help. You didn't see that video?
People pass out at shows all the time. He did not know the extent of the tragedy that was going on in the crowd. We faint at shows all the time. Did you see that video when Michael Jackson was performing and that woman just faint? Do you remember that? Did we sue Michael Jackson for that? No, we did not sue Michael
Did
Jackson.
she die? I'm asking you a question. Did she
die?
die? I'm asking you a question. Did she die?
From Travis Scott's point, he probably thought they fainted because they was excited. It was hot. You're in Texas.
It was too many people. Do you think that the fire marshal should be held liable?
Exactly. I blame the city. I am blaming the chief of police, the chief of fire, and I'm blaming the city because first of all, they should know that they are not equipped to hold a festival that big in their town. So first of all, let's talk about the city first. The fire marshal should have been there. They should have been there with 15 fire trucks escorting them people off of that property. And the police of chief, he went and talked to Travis Scott. Well, how are you going to put? He should be fired. He should be fired. Travis Scott come to your town. He don't tell you what to do. You tell him it's not safe for you to do this here, and you're not going to do it, sir. Send some people home. Stop letting people in, or we're canceling the show. So the police of chief is at fault too. This is not all on Travis Scott. It's easy to point the blame to him because he's the star, and it's not there. It's not there. Blame the police, the chief, and the fire marshals. I'm blaming the fire marshals, and them families should sue the city. You want to sue Drake and Travis Scott? Sue the city.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in.
Okay, bye. Thank you, Wiley.
Bye. She always say, "Okay, bye, Wiley." All right. Let's go. 8655. 8655. Last four, 8655. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Yes.
Wiley, I'm calling back. I'm sorry.
Hey,
if you can look at NPR, if you can Google NPR, they have a. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. You said NPR. Go ahead.
Okay, NPR has a very good article about the history of Live Nation, and they list some incidents. NPR, and take a look at that. I just wanted you to. I really want you to. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I think you'll be ahead of the game if you could do some research about Live Nation. I think if we look at Live Nation, we'll let up off of Travis Scott.
Okay. Oh, all right. You said about
Thank
NPR.
you,
Okay. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you. Okay.
It's a good article.
All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna definitely read into that. 5347, calling you on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I want to say this. The caller that called in a minute ago is saying that Travis Scott was not held responsible. Lady, just because you sing in the shower don't make you no artist. That man has a track record. And if you were so much of an artist, you will understand that your music, the tone will dictate the audience. If he has rage music, it was a rage going into the concert for him. He has encouraged people to jump off of balconies. He has been sued before. Do I believe he's all the way should be held responsible for everything? No. But he is the artist. They warned him ahead of time. And like I said before, just because you sing in the shower does not make you a musician. Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. Well, we thank you so very much. Wow. Okay. 9201, calling you on the air.
Okay, so I feel like multiple people is responsible. I feel like Travis Scott, he should probably be locked up and he should pay for a lot of the damages. And I'm only saying that because he deleted a lot of tweets yesterday, but he was telling everybody that came near, to do what they did. So they was moving by instruction. So since he told everybody to do all of those types of things and mosh and all of those other stuff, and then people died, that it really is his fault. Drake shouldn't be sued at all. The fire marshal should be responsible because you can't come out and say, like with the police chief, oh, we knew it was going to be messed up, but he did it anyway. Like you said, they still allowed them to do it. So between the fire marshal, the police chief, and Travis Scott, and whoever runs this stuff, I guess Live Nation, those people should be liable for everybody. Like I was on TikTok. I don't know if you go on TikTok, but I was on TikTok, and there's so many people who have been injured. I don't know how many people is actually dead, but from the stories I heard, it's way more than 8 people. It's so many people with broken legs, broken arms. They have the neck braces on. Like it's way more serious than what they say into it. So I feel like just because of those reasons, everybody should be taken care of.
I want to repeat what you just said. So you said it's more people that is injured of that, and I think it's more too. I was saying about it, and it is already another child that's in critical condition right now, and I think about 9 or 10-year-old child that I read on Able to Talk. Man, this is sad. I think Travis Scott definitely needs to go down for this financially and probably criminal as well as Live Nation. Thank you, sis, for calling in.
All right.
Okay. We have another caller here. The number is 646-716-8447. 4380-4380. You live on air.
Yes.
Yes.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know what the lady who said she's a performer, what she was talking about, but Astroworld is Travis Scott's show.
Okay.
That's his festival. He is liable for anybody that comes in that concert, any guest that comes in that concert. If they get hurt, he is liable for that. I don't know what she was talking about, why he's not to blame. That's his shit. So any security, that's on him. Any lack of staffing, that's on him. And Live Nation, Houston Police Department, the fire marshal, all of them. The whole city is liable. Because that concert was overcrowded at the beginning. There was more than 50,000 people there. There was people there without tickets. So I know it was probably at over capacity. So they should have shut it down from the start. It shouldn't even went on. Period. And they knew that. If they couldn't handle the medical attention to the attendees, like at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, they were having people passing out then it should have been shut down. And I heard they were trying to get him to shut down, but Travis was waving the people off the stage. There was 2 guys that came out and told him that there was stuff happening in the crowd. People were passing out, people were dying, and he waved them off. He told them to get back, and they walked back. He wasn't listening to anybody. I don't know what was going on, but it didn't look good. It looked demonic, the whole show. That's all I gotta say.
I definitely feel you on that. But Mr. Michael, whatever his last name is, the president and CEO of Live Nation, definitely need to be called out on it as well for allowing this definitely to happen. Nobody can just shut his mic off and you know what I'm saying? We're this is really, really sad.
They could have shut his mic off at any time.
Yeah.
Because Apple was streaming the whole thing, like 3 different streaming companies were streaming that show.
Really?
They could have turned off. Yes.
I didn't know
they can sue Apple too. Apple can get it. Revolt can get it. Everybody, because you can hear the people screaming for help during the live stream.
Wow.
So, yeah, Travis is definitely responsible for those people at his shit That's his thing that he held every year. So, yeah, he can get it. That's all I gotta say.
I feel you on that. Well, we thank you very much for calling in. Wow. The people are definitely voicing their opinion over here on the Wiley Show. This situation, this is not going to be the first time for this. I mean, people were yelling. It was definitely. I saw the videos for this, but definitely, I don't know how to pronounce the CEO of it, but definitely the CEO of Live Nation definitely should be brought on charges as well. And we definitely going to see about this because they have been covering this on the media and stuff like this as well. Okay. They have been covering this all through on the media when it comes to this particular case. I want to say again, special shout out to all the producers for calling in. Thank you all so very much. This is your first time subscribing to the show. Yeah, I saw a video, Twitter, and had all the videos. You can hear the people yelling for help. Thank you. Make sure y'all share this on your social media. We went live, and I want to say thank you to the producers for their support for doing this show. I want to give a special shout out to the moderators. I see you in the chat. Hey, thank you so very much for coming through. And leave us a comment. Tell us how we did. This is something. Man. This is just a sad day. Wow. Go on TikTok and please, it's so many videos. Definitely, I'm on TikTok and I'm definitely going to see it for myself and research it. Whatever y'all have TikTok videos, send it to my DM at Wiley Show, WILSHOW. I'm going to post my DMs up really quickly so you all can see it. So give me a second. I want to post that up so y'all can see my Instagram. Give me a second. So send it to my DM, and we definitely going to do some more videos on here for you all to see. Okay. Give me a second. Show it to y'all. Okay. Do Astroworld on TikTok. Okay, I'm definitely going to do that. All right. As you all can see, that is our Instagram. All right. Let me take this down. That's our Instagram. Follow us, WILEYSHOW. Send us a follow right now. You can send it to our DM. Any stuff that you all have that we should cover this, send it to our DMs and let us see us. Thank you all so very much for your all support. You give me a one good second. Follow us. All right. I was waiting on somebody else to call in because they was like, I want to call in. I want to say something. I don't see you called in. All right. Everybody is pointing fingers on who is at fault. Elizabeth, who is at fault? Did you call in? Elizabeth? Who is at fault? Who was at fault? Who is at fault? Who is at fault? Bear with me. Y'all, I got like 3 different things I'm doing, child. Oh, man. Woo, Lord. Yeah. In 2016, he was arrested. We have that. Let me see if I can pull that up. Bear with me, you guys. I'm doing like 2 different things here. Hold up. I don't want my chicken to burn. Okay. We're back. Multitasking. Child, I'm trying to work. This ain't gonna work because it's interrupting my show. Let's go to it. Let's go to it for a second. Let's go to it. Travis Scott charge. And see, this is, let's bring this up. Hold on 1 second so I can let y'all see this. Remove this. Okay. So you can see right here, it say Travis Scott Astroworld star was arrested in 2017 for inviting fans to rush stage. Report. An Arkansas incident, a security officer, a police officer, and several other people suffered injuries. Report says Travis Scott, the performer at Friday's deadly Astroworld Festival in Houston, was arrested in 2017, accused of inviting fans to bypass security and rush the stage at a show in Arkansas. According to a report, in a separate incident, he pleaded guilty to reckless conduct charges following a 2015 incident at Lollapalooza Music Festival in Chicago, the Associated Press reported. Chicago officials said at the time that Scott had encouraged his fans to bypass security barriers, but no injuries were reported, according to AP. In Arkansas, an incident, a security guard, a police officer, and several other people suffered injuries. The news service reported. Those who follow the music scene said rebellion is part of the image of Scott presents to fans. Travis Scott whole aesthetic is about rebellion. Trent Clark, editor-in-chief of the Hip Hop DX, told AP the shows has a lot of raging with deaths of punk rock. Hip hop has indeed adopted a pattern of new generation of months pits. It's not uncommon to see a lot of crowding and raging or a complete wild behavior at Travis Scott's show. Travis Scott aesthetic is about rebellion. It's uncommon to see a lot of crowding and raging or complete wild behavior at a Travis Scott show. Prior to Friday Astro show, where a crowd surge led to at least 8 deaths, a previous Scott show at Astroworld in Houston 2019 resulted in several injuries. There are no Astroworld show in Houston in 2020 because of the corona pandemic. Scott, a Houston native, is an 8-time Grammy-nominated entertainer. Following Friday's disaster, Scott tweeted out a message saying he was absolutely devastated by the tragedy, sent condolences to the family of those who was affected, and vowed total support to police as they continue their investigation. But he was definitely charged in Chicago because of an incident. So this is just to let you know, this is something that that he have not been innocent, where he was charged in Chicago for encouraging his fans to do all type of stuff. So, you know, we definitely gonna keep y'all updated on this. Definitely not shocked. Not shocked at all. Definitely not shocked at all. What do y'all think up in the chat? All right. Let me see some of y'all comments and we're gonna go. They said, Wiley, what you're cooking, synthetic hair, and fire don't mix. It's the drugs that make them act like that. And for real, the air fryer blew up. Wiley used that thing all the time. Listen, don't worry about it. I don't use it all the time. I don't use it all day, every day. Just probably like once every 2 days. An air fryer just took a chicken drumsticks. Wiley, be careful. Okay. Wiley, you make me want to get an air fryer. You weren't texting your chicken dough. Multitasking, yes. Well, Wiley, what you got on tonight? Wiley multitasking. Wiley, you shouldn't take a child to a concert. You're right. I want to take my child to a concert. Okay, so I am making steak, air frying me some steak, and that is what I'm making. And I don't have a dessert or another like meal that I'm making with it, but I'm air frying me something. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. We have a cooking show that I'm doing. So some stuff that I air fry, and most of the time I'm going to use my stove. This will be the first time since I moved into this place that I'm using a stove. We're cooking some meals, and we're going to be doing that for my members and for Patreon. Now, for the first cooking show, I decided to do it on. I'm going to do it with the public first, and if it's really popular, we'll continue to do it. And it's not going to be every day; it's going to be like once a week, a cooking show. So we're trying to go on a schedule for 2022. A schedule where we do a day of mukbanging, do a day of we do a day of mukbanging, we do a day of cooking show, we do a day of this, we do a day of two man and lady. Trying to do a schedule for everything like that because I am a working blogger, and I'm just giving myself a and working. So I want to work, and then I'm in school, and I'm also doing YouTube. So when you see me on my phone, most of the time I'm taking care of business, and usually I don't be live this late. So we definitely going to do the cooking show, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be great. So I can't wait to see y'all there in the cooking show, recipes and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff I've been YouTubing and stuff like that. I may even do it like pre-record it and edit it, or do it live. So we will see how it will go, and we will do a live on there. Okay. And so definitely for that. So I'm just real busy, you guys, trying to make it happen, doing YouTube, and yet not slacking on YouTube. Y'all have gotten 3 videos from us, and we have just been doing an amazing work, trying to get people and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So yes. See y'all again. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all comment and subscribe. God bless you. Thank you to the callers that called in, and we will see y'all in the next video. Peace.